I'm in a long-distance relationship with a divorced lady. She visited me for holidays. I shared my phone with her and she came across flirtatious messages on my phone. She never disclosed this to me, however, but kept asking me if I woo ladies or if I'm cheating on her. Of course, I replied by denying it. She lived peacefully and happily throughout the holidays. Now, when she left after the holidays, she started growing cold towards me. She then told me about the numerous flirtatious messages she saw on my phone. She says she cannot live with such a man and she feels I will cheat on her when we get married. She said, you cannot change a man and therefore she cannot continue with the relationship. I regret my actions. I opened up to her, told her I started developing this habit due to loneliness and for the fun of it, and had no serious or bad intentions. I've asked for her forgiveness and for her to give me a chance to make things right. The only thing she said she can offer at the moment is friendship and nothing more. I really do love her and don't want to lose her. What do I do? Olivia, what does he do? What should he do? Charlie, talk to me, man.
Charlie, do you know what I think you should do? This woman has got a lot of preconceived perceptions based on the experiences she's been through. She's been divorced. She's been through a terrible heartbreak. In her mind, she can't trust men at all. And probably what she stumbled on your phone was such, you hit her last nerve. What she saw was like a wake-up call to her, and she couldn't or she can't see herself going through the entire cycle again. This is my take, okay? Every day is an opportunity to let her know that you can be trusted. And my guy, Charlie, I mean, seriously, like, what are you doing with women, naked women on your phone? Like, what a caca, delete and go, eh? Now it's on your phone permanently. Like, what's up with that? So this is what I think. I think you should give yourself about a year with her. That is if you have the time and you have the patience, okay? Build the friendship. Friendship, it's a beautiful thing and it's an amazing platform, okay? Give it time, build it, speak to her every day, reassure her, let her know that, you're there for her. You're the best friend ever. Whatever she needs, just be there for her. You see, trust is built over time. And with her, you can understand where she's coming from. If you love her as much as you say you do, take the friendship, give it a year, make it work. By the time you realize this woman will fall in love with you, go do things out of the box. Okay, reassure her. Leave your phone, give your phone to her. I mean, you guys are friends, yes. The relationship has now been defined as friendship. Yes, give her time. Don't be on her. Oh, so Charlie. Don't even do with her. Don't be intimate with her. Build a solid friendship with her and assure her. By the time you realize she's falling in love with you, and you never know, you might end up, and Charlie, when she decides that, Charlie, she's now in love with you, don't waste time. Marry her fast. Let her know that, Charlie, you are not in for jokes. You're in for the real deal. But by all means, every day is an opportunity for you to let her know that you're not a cheat. You're not that kind of guy. You can be trusted. And you guys can actually have a future together. Send hints. I don't know, buy watch it for her if she's here. Or, me, I like watching, but that's just me. Maybe she doesn't like watching. Well, buy Coco for her or something. And spice it up. By the time you realize, you wake up falling head over heels for you, and you'll take it from there.
Rosina.
Anyway, like Olivia said, I can bet that the reason for her divorce was probably a cheating husband. Most likely. And to see those messages on his phone, it just took her back to all of that. And she was going to ask herself, I can't marry a cheat and go and marry another cheat again, and I'll be a second-time failure. Especially in a part of Africa, if you're a woman and you get married once and you divorce, you're even lucky to get married again, quote unquote. And even if you do and you get divorced again, then you must be the problem. So what happens is that once you've done it and you divorced once, if you have to do it again, You want to make sure that it's someone that you can, like, you need to be sure of the person before you get married to the person. That aside. Now, what is this thing about flirting with people when you want to be in a serious relationship? See, I'm a Scorpio. I'm a flirt. I can say all manner of things. But as soon as I get into a serious relationship, you realize that the flirting stops. Unless, of course, it's a relationship I'm not keen on being in or probably whiling away the time with. But as soon as you get to a serious relationship, and once you move from the serious relationship to some form of commitment, see, you need to stop all these habits. It doesn't help. Because you see, sometimes you think that it's flirt, like the messages are flirtatious, and then you haven't really done anything physical yet, you know, and you think that it's like everything is okay with it. But the thing is that is the vibe. You know, that is the vibe where you send all manner of things, send the imagination running wild and flirting with the person. That is the vibe. So you realize that you will be with your serious girlfriend or your wife, and we talk about serious things, bills, elbow cleaning, washing, cooking, and doing all those things. And yet that wild side is being stimulated by somebody else who is flirting with you. So my take is that, listen, unless you don't value the relationship you are in, then you can continue flirting. Now, the fact that you willingly gave her your phone, it means two things. Either, honestly, you probably didn't know that the flirting was so much of a big deal, so you didn't really bother if she saw it. And you probably felt that, oh, she was probably a nice person, very bubbly, and she would understand some of these things. Well, I'm sorry, you were wrong. Or it was a reverse something. Oh, but if there was something in it, I wouldn't have shown it to you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, trying to, you know, play a smart one. But that being said, I think that I'll go for the former. So what you need to do, really, is that, listen, like Olivia said, you can't force somebody to be in a relationship with you, especially somebody who has been bent in that way. You need to prove to the person that you are somebody that she could trust, irrespective of what experiences she has been through, and you're nothing like a husband. And it doesn't come from hammering the fact that you want a relationship. Like Olivia said, build a friendship. But you should be very tactful so that you don't get friend-zoned. Because once she has told you that I want you to be my friend, and you offer her friendship, if you're not careful, you end up being her friend in perpetuity, and you end up being invited for a wedding to somebody else. So you should be very tactful about how you go about it. But then even if it doesn't work out, learn from your mistakes. Once you see somebody that you really want in your life, stop those, because sometimes I think their messages are harmless. So we think they are very harmless, but Charlie, they can do a lot of damage, especially when the other party is not expecting to see them. So, yeah.
All right. Gil?
Two things: long distance and then the lie. I think, first of all, long distance, I mean, I know it's worked for a few people, but
it's hard.
It's hard. Especially when it looks like there is a new relationship, right?
Virtually.
Yeah, so when you're not with the person, you definitely will be thinking all kinds of things. It's very normal. And then there's a divorcee. You giving the phone to her, like Rosina said, I'm sure you were not thinking she was going to snoop around or anything. You just innocently gave it to her. But when she questioned you and you lied, that's the main issue. If you had said, oh, yes, I mean, yes, it was there, and this is something I do. If, like the response you gave to her after you were caught in a lie, you could have said that in the beginning. Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't think you even go there. I thought you just wanted to check. Yeah, so I'm sorry, but if it's an issue, I'll stop it. But you lied. And this is to someone who has been there before, been married. So definitely people like that, you always get into another relationship with so much caution. And your trust, you know, it's not always like solid. It's like because it's happened to you before. And then she said something about men. She said, and I've forgotten the sentence, but it was about saying something about men.
You cannot change a man.
Yes. So already, I think she knows that already. She has that in mind. But then you lied about it. Some people can't forgive anything. Even if they catch you in bed with another lady, if you admit to it, she can forgive you for that. But it's the lie that's the big deal here. So you're already long distance. You are lying. Me, I have a similar experience.
Do tell.
I was in a relationship with this guy who was in Kumasi. Even the Kumasis, I never got to go there. So if they take me to court today, put a gun to my head or whatever, I can't even say for sure he was in Kumasi. That's what he told me.
Okay.
So anytime I was leaving my place, he would never let me go and see him off. I never got the opportunity. If I want to come over, he'd give me excuses. Either first he told me he was living in a company apartment, you know. So and someone's girlfriend died there one time, so they don't allow people to bring their spouses or anything. Well, I mean, like, am I 2 years old? Or something? Like, that's what he told me. So I can't come. Then the next time it was his birthday. Oh, I don't want to see anybody on my birthday. Kept giving me all these type of things. And I was like, hey, wow. But he can show up in my house whenever he likes. So one time it was my birthday. He showed up. He came for the weekend. My family was there, and my sister and I, I'm 25th, she's 26th. So, you know, he was like, oh, he decided to surprise me. It was a surprise.
Right.
Called all my friends, family, and then ordered the cake and everything. I was so touched. So, after we had a party and everything, then in the evening, he had another party somewhere. So I went with him. So once we were there, I was a bit sleepy. I said, I want to lie down a bit. So I went to lie down. Can you believe that when I went to lie down, I never saw this guy again? Someone's house. A party, I don't know anybody there. I dozed off. When I woke up, Charlie, it was around 3 o'clock. The party was over.
As in 3 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
And I kept calling the guys when it was off.
Hang on. He left you at the party?
Someone's house.
Nah. Charlie.
So we kept calling. The phone was off. Hey, so me, I dozed off again. So around 6, this guy sneaked in. And then I didn't ask him anything. I was so livid. I was so mad. So when he just came and slept, and then he had his phone on him like this. So something just said, go into the phone. So I put it on, which I've never done that before. And luckily for me, no password, nothing. When I went into the phone,
Kai.
the messages, plenty girls, and these are random chicks. This guy works at a mobile network company. I won't mention it, but I think that's how he gets them. And that's how I met him anyway. They fixed something for me on my phone, and then he started communicating with me outside that. So you see messages like, hi. The lady will say, who are you? And then he might say, oh, I did some work for you, or I knew you somewhere. If it's lucky, the conversation goes beyond the hi thing, and then they start having sex, or some just are rude to him. And someone was now telling him, oh, I missed my period. I think I'm pregnant. What? And other ladies that he had also told was come to see. So whilst he was coming to see, spent the weekend with me for my birthday. All the surprise.
He had other plans with other chicks.
He went to be with someone else from the messages.
Lord. I don't know how some men do it.
So I that day, when I finished, it was like they poured cold water. I just shut down. I was done.
Of course.
I was done with him.
Of course.
I was done. You see, so it's like sometimes people do these things and some just do it thinking, oh, it's okay.
It's not a
you
big
know,
deal.
I'm a guy. You know, what's the big deal? But you hurt people when you do that.
Right.
You know, and then there are diseases. Look at diseases. Someone was already pregnant for you, and here I am having a relationship with you, thinking I'm having something serious with you, and you're doing this.
Right.
You know, so I don't blame the lady at all where she's coming from. And so what she did is the best thing, to just friend zone him.
That's all.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah. I have nothing more to add, to be honest. You deserve to be friend zoned. So, thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates. Sister Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.